Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. As you may have seen, I have positioned a couple of foam rollers just freely in the room. It's just in case someone didn't have a foam roller with them. So feel free to nab one to use throughout the day. Well, Jan, that was perfectly placed for you, wasn't it? Thank you. That's absolutely fine. And there's one there, Jackie, but if you're happy with your towel, feel free to use it. Hazel, did you have a roller with you?
I didn't. You said you were going to bring me one.
That's fine. Yeah, I thought I'll take 4, and that should be a good enough number. All right, so yes, as you all know, this very, very, very sadly is the last Monday for a little while, and I hope it's going to be a very, very short while, but who knows these days, right? What's going to happen? So what I thought I would do, there will be a separate note going out about it all today, just letting you know what options you have. All the classes will automatically just go back to Zoom. You're welcome to join whichever one you want to. There will also be recordings available. So that's another option, but I will include all of that in the notes to you. Any questions at all, just let me know. As soon as we can, we will be back perfectly seamlessly as we happened the last time around. We've done this before. We can do it again, can't we? Yeah, not a problem. We'll just do whatever we need to do. So keep an eye out for that. I aim to get that sent out during the day today. And yes, well, fortunately or not so fortunately, I only had 2 classes in person this week. But I'm so upset because it's my husband's birthday on Thursday. And I had so much stuff organized. He was going to have surprise visits from Scotland and all over. And I had everything organized for Thursday. He was going to learn to fly helicopter things and indoor skydiving on the Friday. And I'm gutted. Could you not have waited one day? One day. But there you go.
None of that can happen then.
None of that can happen.
It's all virtual, so it would still be going ahead.
Wouldn't that be fun? Pretend you're flying in the air. Yeah, it's a real shame, but you know, and I haven't quite decided whether I should tell him or not, because we'll probably do it afterwards. Probably. So if anyone has any good ideas about what you can do locked at home, then just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you so much for taking the trouble to bring your foam rollers as well. We are going to start standing up, not using the foam roller. We're just going to warm up the body a little bit before we come down, and hopefully you'll have lots of shoulder and upper back release today. So feel free to stand onto your mat. We're not going to come into any particular balance element at this point. Let's spread the toes out as much as we can. So we have that equal contact of the 4 corners of the feet, as I like to think about them these days. So, well, we've got big toes, little toes, inside and outside of the heels there. Standing really nice and tall, arms beautifully relaxed. And let me scan you very briefly here. That's looking good there, Jane. Nice as well down there. Perhaps a fraction more weight forward over the toes, but very little. That's it. Perhaps a little bit more weight onto the right leg there, Hazel. And Jane, if you push your heels outwards a fraction, the toes will line up a little bit better. Good, good, good. Nice, that Jackie, nice and tall. As you maybe put a little bit more weight on the outside of your left heel there. All right, so from here. Yes, let's start with something as simple as just head turns here. So without anything else moving, we're just going to turn the head from one side of the room to the other. Only early in the morning, so if it's a little bit stiff and creaky, that's all right. I'm pretty sure that the foam roller will take care of a lot of that, but we're just noticing where we are at the moment. So you might want to just ease into it. That's it. Maybe link this with your breath, because the breath is going to become quite important as you're lying down onto the roller. So whichever breath you want next, let's just do a few more, connecting with the breath and let it arrive in your body. Breathing in, turning the head to one side, breathing out, bringing the head back, or the other way around. It doesn't really matter that much at this point, but just let the breath settle down and find itself in your body. Lovely, everyone. Last time from side to side. That's it. And then with the palms still facing your thighs, imagine your arms weigh 100 kilos. So we're going to do tiny little shoulder shrugs. So we really have to make an effort to lift the shoulders up a little bit to the ears and then gently let them drop. Good. Now, Mary, lift them back up again. That's it. And maybe gradually you'll come a bit closer to the ears. You don't have to. But we really want to encourage loads of movement up and down here now so we eventually can find a really long, relaxed neck. Maybe come a little bit higher on this next one. And again, maybe hold it here. Find your out breath because on the next one, when we breathe out, I'm going to roll those shoulders down and really exaggerate these rolls now. Maybe an in-breath lifting up a little bit. Do allow the rib cage to move. I don't mind. I don't mind what the shoulder line is doing either. As long as those ribs are staying folded inwards. Think about the inside of our trousers or leggings here. That's looking good. Lovely. And on this next one, just let your shoulders soften down and stay here. Lovely. We're coming into circles now. Think, always be able to see the fingertips visible in the corners of your eyes. So it's very tempting to really exaggerate, but keep the ribs in, keep it small. So let's breathe in, everyone, sweeping the arms up and gently let them fall out. Good there, Jane, and down towards your side, palms face the thighs. In breath, sweep up. Imagine you're getting longer, taller in all directions. That's it, lifting, scooping, good, there you go. Perhaps a fraction of the way forward there, Hazel. Good. Yes. Particularly the pressing outwards. You're getting a sense of just being super wide and expansive through the upper body here. Lovely. And on the next one, let's just leave the arms outwards, but we're going to place the hands onto our shoulders. That's it. So from here, tiny little rolls, right? So again, rolling backwards, and now really try to link to your collarbones here. That's it. Our upper arms doing a little bit of rolling deeply into the shoulder joint there. Again, maybe beginning to notice that our shoulder blades are softly, smoothly sliding over the back there of the rib cage. At least that's what we're aiming for. That's it. And on this next one, stay with your arms here. Now from here, start with a really wide chest. As wide as we can without arching the back. So if I turn from the side, so we're not forcing forward, we keep that little connection now. Lead from your elbows, bring them towards each other and notice how far you can go. Squeeze them as close as you can without the shoulders lifting. Let's find the neck. Open outwards. We're going to do that again. That's good. Nice there, Mary. Find that sense of the head gently pulling towards the wall behind you. Very good. And you might find that you can go quite far, even if we imagine that the shoulder blades are tied down towards your heels. They're stuck there. Good. So we're squeezing, widening over the space through the shoulder blades, a little bit of a strengthening through the front. And on this next one, once you have your arms or elbows pointing forward, let's just reach the arms forward and let's do a little standing rotation here. So bow and arrow, everyone, just to remind you, arms are nice and relaxed. So we want a sense of reach without the rounding, right? We start in a snug position. So from here, everything below waistline is nice and steady. I'm holding the bow in my left hand. Right hand begins to travel inwards. I'm bending the elbow. I'm turning my head. My gaze is following the thumb. I'm turning my rib cage. Then I'm straightening the arm diagonally behind me. Good. Lots of weight through the opposite leg. Nice and straight with the arm. Turn forward from the middle of the chest. Armpit. And we're going to go to the other side. Maybe get that sense of the sticky air, as I like to call it. Good, Hazel. Roll a little bit taller. And I can push your left hip bone forward a little bit. See, push your left hip bone forward a little bit. So let's predict what's going to happen here, everyone. First of all, thumbs well below the shoulder line. Lovely that, Jane. When we turn to the right, we know that that hip bone wants to come with us. So very gently push forward. Yeah, good there, Hazel. And let's continue. Again, find that sense of expansiveness and width through the upper body. Good, Mary, with the shoulders, just a fraction more weight forward. Very nice with the alignment there down. Last one in each direction. There you go. Jackie, a little bit more forward over that left hip bone. Yes, nicely done. Good job. And then once you come all the way back in, just let your arms relax by your side. Fantastic. All right. I should have told you earlier. Let's reach for the roller, everyone. So we're going to do roll down, and we're also going to make a little bit of use of it here. So position the roller a little bit in front of you so that once you come down towards the floor, your hands can rest onto the roller. And if that means you have to bend the knees a little bit to get there, that's fine. I'm not expecting the hamstrings to be happy to be perfectly straightened this early in the morning. So just have a little down, maybe just micro adjust again there so we have our perfect alignment. Down, push your heels outwards a fraction for me. We're going to roll down and let our hands touch the roller. Take a moment. Shoulders relax. Now remember, we don't want the shoulders to lift, but they can widen outwards like a beautiful cape. We're going to drop the chin down. Stay centered through the upper body. Let your shoulder line curve. We're rolling downwards towards the floor, gently pressing the outside of the heels towards the sides. Let your hands reach the roller and see if you can very gently send it forward. Now, this is not going to be a very big move, enough to find a stretch over the back of the leg. Then gently bring the roller towards your feet. Leave it at about a foot's distance from your toes. Then begin to roll your body back up again. Find that gradual lift. Very nice, Bessie. Now really push the sit bones forward and forward and forward and forward. Lovely that, Jackie. Let's do it again. So rolling back down. Really feel that bone by bone lowering. Good. And soften the chin a little bit. Good, good, good. That Hazel, a little bit more weight forward again. Gently guide that roller forward. You get a little bit of a stretch through the back of the legs. Good, very nice. And then without leaning onto the heels, can we pull the roller towards us a little bit? Scoop the sit bones forward. Rebuild the spine. Fantastic. Really, really nice. All right, let's do two more. We're not going to rush it. And just again, really feel how every part of your body perhaps begins to soften. If you're still with your breath here, which I'm hoping, think out breath as you roll down. Let that breath just kind of soften through the front and the back. Good. That's it. Let's do one full one. So we're going to roll back up. Actually, here is a half one. But you're going to do exactly the same. Lovely. Again, really nice returns. I like the width through the shoulders. There's like a heavy cape or coat draping down. And once you push the roller a little bit away, not too far, enough that you feel supported, we're there. We've got a little bit of a stretch there through the hamstring. So this is kind of a modified downward dog, everyone. Leave the hands resting heavily onto the roller. Bend one knee a little bit. Then alternate. You can keep the heels down or you can let them lift if you need to. And maybe in the beginning, allow your hips to go from side to side. Now, you don't have to do that. If you find that they're not, then don't encourage it. That's beautiful there, Hazel. It's that lovely rolling through the ankles, walking on the spot. Then if your hips were swaying, see if we can just square them up a little bit and make this completely about the calves. Good, Jan. Nice there, Jane. Let's do one last one for each side. And then again, gently supported here. Can we bend the knees down without the roller going anywhere? That's it. Very nice. And from here, we're going to push it out a little bit. So we have the hands on the roller. We're in position for cat. So make sure you're at exactly the same position where you would be had the roller not been there. So hands on the shoulders. The upper body is slightly lifted, but nothing else changes. So Jane, push your roller forward a little bit. Lift the ponytail towards the ceiling. Good, Mary. Maybe have the knuckles more pointed straight forward. That's it. Jan, a little bit more weight forward over onto your wrists. That's looking good. Jackie, soften your chest down a little bit. All right, we're ready. Without the roller moving, can we send the sit bones forward? We're going to breathe out, scoop the tail forward to the belly button, let the back round, it'll lift a little bit to the ceiling, particularly in between shoulder blades. Head nods down, shoulders are relaxed, and then ripple back out, tail and crown of the head away, and now lift the head a fraction down, very good. That is on this one there, try not to push the roller forward, you just absolutely connected straight down. There you go.
I just have a problem with this wrist.
That's
I'm
fine.
not sure I can do this.
That's fine, skip it. Skip it if it feels better. Lovely there, Sue, well done. Let it ripple up. Good, Mary, just send the sit bones back a little bit. Really nice with your shoulders there now, Jackie, good job. That's it, so we're not really sinking down through the wrists or rolling forward for that matter. Again, nice there, Hazel. Let's do one and last one. Well done, lovely. And once you've finished in this one here, we can just sit back for a moment. We're going to reposition our roller. We will be lying on the roller. Now, many of you have done this many times. I will only say this once, at least that's what I'm hoping. If you don't like it, come off the roller. It is supposed to be quite unforgiving and hard onto the spine, just to kind of ease into the fascia. So best way to get on it, make sure you have that roll in the middle of your mat there. Lots of space for arms to move behind you. So any adjustments you need to make, let's do so now. Just make sure you have space around you for the arms to move as well. Hold on to the roller. So you're going to sit towards the tail end, towards the foot end, onto that roller, and you will have to be really far forward, onto the edge itself. It'll feel like you're going to tip off, but you're not. Have the hands down by your side, gently lower your spine onto the roller, making sure you have the whole spine and the back of your head onto the roller. And we're just going to take a moment here, probably feels a little bit off. Equally, I should say, if you have any labyrinthitis, any dizziness at all, and you don't feel quite well, again, just come off with care, right? Okay, so let me scan you. So, first of all, Mary, scoop down and walk yourself down so you have a little bit more support. That's much better. That's looking good as well. Good. Wonderful. It's looking good, everyone. Let's begin to tune into the other things. Now, the feet should still be about a foot distance away from your sit bones. So, Jane, maybe push your feet a little bit further forward. And, Jan, if you pull your heels a little bit closer to the end of the mat. That's, sorry, my mistake. Closer to the end of the roller. That's good there. That's good. Now, some of you are a little bit wider, but I'm not going to do anything about that just now. I'm just going to leave it be. Let's just find ourselves on the roller. Your breath becomes super important. The more we can just allow the body to soften with the breath, the more the roller will be your friend. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting against the roller and it will be perhaps a bit harder than it needs to be. At no point are we going to arch the back. So you might find you need to very softly tilt your tail forward and up a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's enough that you're not arching the back. Find heaviness over the back of the head. Let your collarbones just float out to the sides and just stay there for a moment. Soften as much as you can through the whole back body there, including the back of the head. Particularly focus on what's in between the shoulder blades. Let's see if we can soften the grip over the front of the thighs. Yes, you're balancing, but we don't want to grip, right? All right, now that we're here, keep your hands nice and relaxed onto the floor. You might want to have a wider position, I don't mind. We're just going to do windscreen wiper legs, so nothing fancy. So let your legs roll out to the same side, everyone, just a little bit. Maybe try and keep the hips a little bit steady. Bring the legs back in and then roll to the other side. Follow the breath. That's it. Good there, Mary. You will know you can't go very far. That's why I like the roller, because you'll fall off. Yes, very nice there, Jane. Just let the legs travel in the same direction. If they come a little bit towards each other, that's fine. Good there, see? Just find that softness and stillness. Maybe as you begin to get more familiar with this, perhaps even soften the heaviness of your hands into the floor there. Good. Finish the one that you're on, move back. Now I'm going to be a little bit meaner. We are going to aim to have our legs hip width apart and parallel. So once you're back to where you started, that's it. This is when it becomes interesting. That's much better there, Mary. A little bit more weight onto the right side and push your whole left side downwards towards me to lengthen it. That's it. Jane, push your right foot forward towards me a little bit. There you go. Staying exactly where you are with your back there, jump up. Bring your ankles closer towards each other. Yes, the toes as well. Bring the whole foot with you. There you go. A little bit more, and open the knees apart. Yes, there you go, and soften that. Hazel, bring your right foot inwards a little bit. Maybe open the knees a fraction there, so you're outwards, and I can just bring your right foot outwards a little bit. Okay, so keeping this perfect alignment, can we come into our knee openers, everyone? Nice and soft, we're just kind of easing into this. So pelvis is still, one leg is going to open out a little bit out towards the side without any movement anywhere else. Good. And now lengthen that right side there, Jane, towards the foot. That's it. And bring the leg back in. We're going to go to the other side. You might want to keep this much smaller than usual. And I know I'm asking an awful lot, but let's see if we can accomplish that opening of one leg without the other leg tensing up too much. I don't mind a little bit of contact on the outside of the supporting leg, the one that stays perfectly steady, but everything else is really nice and relaxed. That's it, good. And of course, back is relaxed. We have perhaps that slight tilting of the tail forward. There you go, nicely adjusted there, Hazel. Good, Jackie. Kind of sense of just openness through the front of the body, through the throat. Oh, easy for me to say this early in the morning, got coffee in my body. That's it. And from here, everyone, once you finish the one you're on, let's see if we can find that perfect parallel hip width position. Okay, let's just do a very quick scan. That's looking good, 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 good. Okay. Now, little bit of heaviness through the four corners of your feet. If this feels at all uncertain, just have one hand down. So if I ever say have both hands lifted above your chest and you feel that's not going to work, alternate sides. Otherwise, we are going to sweep our arms up towards the ceiling. That's it. Sweeping them both up and then pause. Ribcage closure. Reach your arms overhead as far as you can. Don't even dream about touching the floor for me, ladies. Very nice. Beautiful connection into the rollers. Sweep the arms all the way back up and let them just land down by your sides. Nothing else changing. Get familiar with that contact over the whole foot there again. Sweep the arms back up again. Sweeping up, 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 and over. Well done. Good. Really tune into that lower back. So when the arms are moving, we're not lifting away. Not even the tiniest hint of a lift. Lovely. Reach that, Jane. Keep that going. Really nice, Hazel. Good. See, well done. Now a little bit more connection on the outside of the right foot. That's okay, Jam. We just reset. And let's do one last one. And when the arms travel back up again over your chest, finding the thumbs a little bit below your shoulder line, we have our position for chest flies. So fingertips meet right in the center of the body here. We have round elbows. That's like a little ballerina dancer. Your palms will be facing down towards your chest at this point. There you go. So if you have a look at me, that's it, Hazel. Perfect. So still lovely and wide through the upper body. Maybe tapping if the arms are fractured to the ceiling. Up to you. Now then, bring your ankles a little bit closer if you can. And if you pull your arms down and you have them in this position, yes, that's it. Good. So we're going to do double chest flies. So both arms are going to open outwards. In breath, I would suggest. Why? Because it stabilizes you. It stabilizes the whole body. That's it. Feel that sense of almost a squeeze between the shoulder blades. Breathing out, floating the arms back up exactly where they started. We're going to try and keep the shape of the elbows. So it's nice and soft and round. It's just lovely. Just feeling that sense of just complete effortlessness through the shoulder line as the arms are moving. Very nice. Good, Mary. Good, Sue. Wonderful there, Jackie. Lovely. And of course, we're going to add to this. If this does not feel comfortable, you do not have to do it. But actually, what we're going to do will help to keep you balanced on the roller. Next time you're up, pause. We're going to do opposite single chest fly and a knee opening. Yes. So I'm going to suggest we open the right arm out towards the side. The left leg rolls out a little bit, but the rest of the body is still. Pull the arm in, pull the leg back in. That's it. So if you bring the leg back to there, a little bit closer if you can. Feet are not moving. It's just the top of your thigh opening outwards to the side. So whichever, yeah, there you go. That's it, good. So the opposition here helps us to ground us. If we think about that lovely Union Jack line at the front, yes, we have all our obliques, we have all our abdominals here, just holding us steady. We're actually working on those opposites to help us balance. That's good, Jackie, very nice and steady there. Well done. You may not be able to go so far, but it doesn't matter. We're still working surprisingly hard. That's good, well done. Let's do one more for each side. And once you finish this one here, just lower your arms down by your side, let them land nice and heavy. Whew. Maybe just give your body a little wiggle there on the roll, or if it feels as if you need it. If you feel perfectly fine where you are, then just stay there. We're going to begin to have a little bit more fun with the lower part of the body here. So, just to give our shoulders a break. We're going to do single knee folds, everyone. Yes, we are. So, whichever side you want to start with, I don't mind. But a little bit of heaviness of the other leg. One leg floats up above the pelvis without us rocking on that roll. If we can avoid it, lower that leg down. Find the other side. Same thing. Peel the leg up. Think lower abdominals. Back is nice and neutral. Floating back down. Very nice. Lovely. Well done, my jam. And we keep alternating here. And I will throw this in as an option. You don't have to take it, but if you want to do an opposite arm, opposite backstroke arm, you can. So if the right leg is up, left arm can reach up and overhead, and then they lower at the same time. Nice timing there, Sue. Good. Lovely. Well done. Excellent. On the next one, once the feet are nice and heavy, back down onto the floor, arms have settled down. We're going to stay there for a moment. Tiny little adjustments if we need to. Let me give you a quick scan and see what's happening. Good, 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 good. That's it. Keep that sense of ease through every part of your body here. So now we wander a little bit towards the right with it for that. Better. Okay. Double knee folds. Ah, yes, as you can tell, we're making it a bit more interesting. So float your fast leg up. I don't mind which one. That's it. Make sure we're still in neutral. Other leg floats up. Good. Ah, well done. Nice and even. So down, bring your legs a little bit further forward for me. Better. And then lower your fast leg, followed by the other one. Nice. All right. Yes, I know. Find that the hands are working. I'll let them work for a little bit longer. That's it. Good. Nice and relaxed there, Hazel. Floating back up. Alternating the start legs as much as we can. Yes. Very nice. That's it. So you still have that lovely, lovely long spine. You can almost tell where that tailbone ends because you feel that little click. And on the next one, before we even lift, can we make our hands a little bit lighter? Can we maybe even be on the fingertips? Maybe not even the elbows down. So it's like you have a little egg under your hands. Light as touch. Good. Love it, Hazel. Arms are nice and steady. Well done, Jackie. Again, work from your center. So think about all those lines, the Union Jack lines tying together somewhere above belly button, a little bit below the lower ribs. Fantastic. All right. Hold on the next one. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you to lift your head, but we are going to do our 100 here. What I will ask instead is for you to bring your legs together. So gently bring these ankles together, inner thighs are kissing. If you can stretch the legs towards the ceiling, go for it. You don't have to. Then from here, let's start with our 100. As we start counting for 5, we're going to lower the legs a fraction towards the floor and then bring them back up again. So instead of working arms, we're working legs. So breathing in, that's it, good. Breathing out, lovely, nice and steady there now. Well done. Keep a sense of reach through the legs if we can. Good, Sue. I'm being so mean to you here. Looking very relaxed there, Jane. Just tune into your collarbones. Make sure that they are open. Find that sense of ease through the upper body. I may not ask you to do the 100. As you know, I might ask you to do 200 because I'm terrible at these counts. You love the control, everyone. Maybe do another 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower your legs with control. Well done. Again, take a moment, just let your body just kind of recover for a moment. If you want to roll a little bit from side to side, you can. Don't worry, we're not going to stay on the roller much longer. We are going to do windows as well. And it's quite a tricky one to teach, so we're going to start doing this in a reversed way. So from here, everyone. Let's sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, palms face forward. Make sure we feel that sense of the foam roller is just nice and soft in between the shoulder blades, right? Now, we're going to start with the rib cage closure. So reach the arms overhead as far as you can without the ribs floating upwards. Now, from here, pull your elbows wide so they're sliding down the side seam of your top to maybe below your armpits. Palms are still to the ceiling. Then turn the palms up so that the fingertips are towards the ceiling. Reach the arms back up to the ceiling and then reach overhead again. That's it. Good, lovely, nice there, Mary. Keeping the angles the same. So we're reaching overhead. Peel those elbows downwards so you're in like a stop position here. Then the palms turn forward and up, fingertips point up and push back up. Of course, everything else is nice and still, melted into that foam roller, pulling downwards, turning up, reaching. Hold on this next one, wherever you are, with the palms up, because we're going to reverse. That's the proper windows. So we're going to let the elbows open outwards and to the side, so we pull down a little bit. That's it. Good. Fingertips towards the ceiling there for me. Down, turn the palms up towards the ceiling. And then reach overhead and bring the arms back up again. Perfect there, Jane. Very nice. There you go, Sue. Pulling down perhaps a fraction more. Yes, lovely there, Hazel. Well done. Yes, and has anything else changed? I think so. Let's just check the knees haven't traveled in towards each other, shall we? Yeah, equal weight on the back of the pelvis. One last one. Good job. And then let your arms settle down by your side. We're going to do my most favorite thing to do when we're working with the rollers. We're going to do bare necessities, you know, Baloo, the Jungle Book. Have the arms nice and wide. Let your body roll from side to side over the roll. There's absolutely no wrong or right here. We're just trying to get into the fascia a little bit, getting it to soften. You can let your whole body roll. The head can roll in whichever direction, stay steady. Pelvis rolls, the legs might go from side to side. You might want to hold and give yourself a little wiggle, a little zigzag. I'd say just have fun with it. You can roll as far as you want from side to side, almost to the point of falling off. I like Jane's wiggle over here. It just looks nice. If you find a sweet spot where you just want to stop and push in a little bit, that's fine too. Yeah. And then from here, with care, we are going to slide off the roller, everyone. Yes, indeed. Lovely, lovely. All right. We are going to position that roller under our pelvis. So again, doing elevated work. It's actually really nice when you're supported by something as pleasant as the roller. So if you position that roller exactly horizontally across your mat, we're going to have the roller under your bottom. Now, several ways to come into this. Either if you start lying down, you can just lift your bottom, a little bit of work through the feet and pull it under you. It's probably easier than sitting on it and coming back onto the floor. Take a moment. Now, I'd like that roller to be about halfway up the pelvis, now perhaps a fraction more. So if you were ever to lift your feet, you would be quite supported here, similarly to what we've done with balls and blocks, etc. And once you've checked, just lower your feet and we're going to have our legs together. Palms up to the ceiling, nice and wide, maybe hold on to the ends of the foam roller. Please bear with me for a moment. I'm just going to check we're in a good position. That's looking pretty good there, Jane. Good as well there, Mary. Good, 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 good. Lovely. Maybe walk your lower body a little bit to the right. Bring your legs together there for me, down that. Sit even more, all the way together, including ankles. And pull, actually, no. Bring your body a little bit over towards the right. So if you lift your bottom a little bit, that's it. And bring your legs with you towards the right as well. A little bit more, better. Very nice, Hazel, good, 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 lovely, and bring the legs together as well, Jackie. We're coming into hip rolls, so you're going to get a really nice massage through the lower back there, releasing through the fascia, and again, remember you don't have to go very far. Now, nothing else will be compromised here at all, so we have that subtle connection. We are going to breathe out. Tip your pelvis towards one side. So you're lowering one sit bone towards one side of the roller. Other foot leaves the floor straight away. Your upper body is absolutely relaxed as the pelvis rolls. Hold for a moment, then bring yourself back up. Maybe working from the opposite lower rib, coming back into the center. Pause, make sure you're perfectly level. We go to the other side, breathing out. Find that sense of breathe. Feel that spiraling rotation up through your lower back. Good, Jane. And we're going to aim to keep those knees as stacked as we can. Very nice and Mary. Good. Well done. Yes, really nice tipping. That's the pelvis leading, not the legs. Beautiful. Now, if anyone wants to take it a little bit further, your next option is to do this in a double knee fold position. Float the legs up. You don't have to take the option. Keep the legs glued together. Remember, we don't want the knees to tip downwards, so they're staying as level as we can. That's good. Well done. Yeah, maybe pull it up a little bit that time. Coming back in. Very nice, everyone. Almost visualize that straight line over that roller as we're tipping. Drawing a lovely straight line over the ceiling. That's it, Hazel. Link to the pelvis. Try to relax the legs. Wonderful. And we're going to do one last one in each direction. Lovely, now that is well done. Good, Jackie. And once you come all the way back in, just bring the legs in towards your chest for a moment. Don't come off the roller if you can avoid it, but then again, it's easily corrected, isn't it? So just take a moment, enjoy that beautiful round curve over the lower back, encourage the sit bones to the ceiling. Very nice. You might even want to massage your lower back into the roller there. Good job. And then from here. A little bit squeaky, doesn't matter. All right, lower the legs, have your legs down if you need to readjust again, because we are going to have our legs back up into the position where we were a moment ago. You're going to stay down with your upper body for this bit here. And we're going to come into a variation of single leg stretches. So, because we're a little bit lifted, we're actually going to go lower than we usually would with the leg, just to really open over the top of the hips here. So, let's make sure we have the head down, our arms are nice and wide. I'm just going to pull the roller under me. And Yeah, maybe hold on to the ends of the roller if you feel you want to. Have the legs parallel here, so hip width, so they're not actually glued together. Now, staying down with the upper body, I'm going to pull my left knee a little bit towards me as I'm pushing the right leg away, and I'm going to lower it over the front of that roller. Good job. Then pull the leg in, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. That's it. So it's a little bit of lowering, really open through the hips. And when the leg lowers down, trying to work from the back of the leg to really draw the leg down. It's super heavy. There you go. Nice, that Mary, pressing up. Well done, Leslie. But we still have that single leg stretch. Push and pulling in. Good, Hazel. That's it. Let's see if we can go a little bit lower through that leg. Really let it almost flow towards the floor. Good, there, Jane. Let's do 2 more for each side. Nice, Mary. That's it. Really nice and low, really nice and long. Pushing out. Beautiful there, Hazel. Well done. And once you finish this one here, we're going to bring the legs in towards the chest, and we're going to push the roller a little bit further down. It's going to rest on your feet. Now, I'll just say that it's optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But it is a very good exercise for the back of the legs. So we're going to do spine curls. That will inform you whether you choose to go there or not. Arches right on the top of that roller. It's parallel hip width just as always. A little bit of length or through the front part of the feet, but not so that we're pushing forward, just so that the foot is super shaped over that roller. So, yes, we're going to settle down. I would suggest we take a moment, just make sure we have a beautiful neutral spine. Feel the sit bones lengthen towards the roller, knees just pointing up without rolling inwards or outwards, and a really nice, lovely open throat here. Without the roller moving, so we've got to push straight down through the arches a little bit. We're going to see if we can come into a spine curl, gradually breathing out. Scooping the sit bones upwards as the knees begin to spiral forward and up. Thigh bones point towards each other, and we're up. We've got a long foot. Hurrah! We're going to melt back down. Enjoy the very last bit as we're coming down through the lower back, down to sit bones, and take a moment. We're going to repeat. I'm sorry, Jackie, I know those hamstrings are probably screaming here now. That's it. And Mary, I'm going to be a bit mean. Bring the toes inwards towards each other a little bit more. Down, bring that roller towards you a little bit more. Very nice, Hazel. Good. Just a little bit more opening through the thigh bones outwards there. Can you see? Yes, good. That's it. Good. Nice and level there, Hazel. Much better there, Jan. Good. Now I will add something else for those of you who are feeling super keen this morning. Who's feeling super keen? Yes! Love it. For those of you who want to, inspired by the reformer, we're going to roll back up. And once you're up, can we push the roller a little bit away from us and pulling it back in without the pelvis lowering? Let's give it a go. So lots of contact through the front part there of your feet there. Now press the roller a little bit forward. Stay high as you pull the heels towards you. No closer than before. Imagine you're pushing yourself away on something that's sliding. Yes, very nice there, Mary. Make sure those ribs are nice and soft. This is fantastic. Good job. In the reformer repertoire, we call this American bottom, which is a stupid name for a very fun exercise. Yes, you're having fun, I can tell, Jane. Good job, both of you. Over there soon, Hazel. Let's do one last one. Pressing out, pulling in. Good, Jackie. Well done. And then really enjoy the moment of rolling down. Make sure your feet have come back to that not too far away position. Ah, yes. Really nicely done. Okay. Now, everyone, we're going to just change a little bit here. If First of all, we are going to come onto our front. We have done this before. We're going to do a little bit of cobra with the roller, but I will show you just in case. So if you come up briefly, or at least be on your front so you can see what I'm doing, I suggest feet in towards the middle of the room, heads outwards, unless you're just sitting up to watch what I'm doing. Now the roller is really, really nice to use for cobra because it kind of informs us of how little the arms should be doing and how much this is a spinal move, which of course it is, but the arms can be difficult to switch off. So you're going to have your legs a little bit on the wider side, a little bit of a reach as always, and from here you're going to have the roller. I would suggest maybe halfway up your forearms, and as you can see, my arms are quite relaxed here. They're a slight V shape. So if you imagine my arms, shoulder blades, extension of my arms coming down into a nice sharp point of a V there, starting down just as always from here. I'm going to breathe in because that breath serves me best. From here, I'm breathing in, I'm rolling the gaze forward, I'm sending the back of the head downwards in between my shoulder blades, and I continue to lift through the spine, and it's the spine that pulls the roller towards me. My arms do very, very little. If I could, I'd ask you to come over and feel my arms. They do hardly anything. Rolling back down, again, my arms are very, very, very relaxed. They're just sliding, gently massaging my forearms. So I'm going to do it again. I'm rolling forward and up. Continue to let the heart draw forward, and I'm here, and I'm rolling back down again. Just imagine, super, super, super soft through the arms. Yes? Like I said, it's optional. If you would prefer just to do this without your lovely roller, that is more than fine. It's just a little bit of extra to get that beautiful connection through the back body. So let's just take a moment, like it, Jane, maybe a little bit wider through the legs there. That looks good as well there, Mary. Maybe straighten the arms in front of you even more, even more, even more, even more. Yeah, even more if you can. Nice and good. Lovely there, Jackie. Good, 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 good. Very nice. Sense of reach through the legs here, everyone. Whichever breath is best for you. You know that. So let's just find the beautiful roller. Nose rolls. Maybe imagine the gaze lifting over the roller before the arms come up. A little bit straighter with the arms there, Jane. They never bend. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, Sue. Good. And melt back down. Very, very nice that done. Well done. And we're going to do that again. So the arms stay straight. You're like a little X, small little X here. Feel that drawing of the shoulder blades towards each other and down. Nice, Hazel. Good. That's it, Mary. Good. Keeping those arms straight, straight and straight and straight and straighten the arms a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. And melt. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Yes. Lovely with the open chest there, Jane. Good job. That's it. Very nice, Jackie. Yes, we don't have to roll all the way up. It's just that connection at the back. It might feel a bit unusual because it's super strong here. It's beautiful. One last one. If you feel you've reached your point, then maybe just come into a round back position where your body feels happy. Beautiful lift there, so you really swan like that. Nice, Mary, great with the arms. Well done. And once you finish this one, either bottom to heels or sit and hug your legs in. I don't mind, but just enjoy it. Think of this as completely the opposite. Maybe even imagine you're rounding your upper body and chest over the roll and just let it kind of follow. A little bit of a lift through the lower ribs. Good job, everyone. I know many of you have done this foam roller thing with me before. Did we like it today?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That makes me so happy. Wonderful, everyone. All right, so we're not going to be completely without abdominal focus today, in case you thought, phew. We are going to grab hold of our roller again, and I would suggest heads back up towards the cushion, and we're going to have the roller behind our shoulder blades. You can hook, it's almost to the point that we're hooking our shoulder blades over the roller. Legs are just softly bent, parallel, and this feels quite comfortable for many others. Feel free to have the hands behind the head, and as you can see, you're quite lifted here through the upper body. I'm just going to scan you very quickly to see where we are. And now you're staying back, maybe pull it down a little bit easier, maybe for you to walk up over the roller a little bit. So you're pushing your upper, yeah, that's better. Yes, nice and high there, Mary, wonderful, good, Hazel. Let me hold it for you. I'll hold it there.
Can't stay on it.
That's it. So chin downwards towards the chest and gaze nicely down towards the thigh. Good, that's actually lovely, lovely. Perhaps Hazel, relax a little bit. Yeah, good, exactly. So it's not too rounded. Okay, so from here we're going to do roll overs or curl overs rather than curl ups. So as you know, again, I wouldn't want the lower back to arch here. So what we're going to aim for is this nice support, again, as if you're just in your neutral. We're going to start by leading through our nose. So it's like a mini cobra, right? We lift the gaze towards the ceiling. Gently begin to open through the collarbones. Send the breastbone upwards towards the ceiling like a big light. And when you feel you're about to begin to arch, maybe pause, and then roll back up from the breastbone, up through the whole shoulder line, collarbones, neck, head, and we're back to where we started without any change. Good, Hazel, that's it. Rolling over. Keeping the head super heavy into your hands. And so what's working is again at the top of our spine here. Beautiful, really stretching over the front there. Good, Mary, maybe open your knees apart a little bit for me. Yes. Well done. Really nice stretch for the front of the body. It often gets really tight because of modern living, but again, we're strengthening through the upper part of the back body there. Let's do one last one, and then we're going to add a few things. Good. Once you come back up, now you're going to stay exactly where you are. We're coming into double leg stretches. If anyone feels that this is too much, maybe leave the hands behind the head. Otherwise, yes, we're here. What we're going to start with, we're still hooked onto the lovely roller here. Double knee fold position, everyone. That's it. This might be a challenge for the hips because they need to be a little bit farther in your knees than they were before. Arms reaching forward towards your heels. That's it. Chest is open. Your head isn't going to go anywhere here, but as we breathe in, let's push the legs forward and up. Let's lift the arms towards the nose. Circle the arms out as we pull the legs back in. A little tap and hug. Again, in breath, out breath, pulling in. And of course, the back doesn't round. I know it's a challenge, isn't it? That's it, Jane. Soften the lower back a little bit. Yes, good. Very nice. That's you good as well there, Jackie. Love that angle through the neck. That little elevation through the upper body can be a help. It's not easy for the abdominals, I know. Let's do two more if we can. Reach and circle. Find that beautiful space. Good, Hazel. And reach and circle and come back in. Fantastic. And then from here, we are going to come away from the roller for a moment. Well done, everyone. Okay. Now, I don't think we're going to balance on the roller. I'm not going to be that mean to you, considering I do want to see you on Zoom the next 4 weeks. So what I think we'll do instead is that you can use the roller. It's a help. You don't have to do it. We're going to do some inner thigh work. So if you just check the position in here, I'm starting in a chair position. I have the roller, or if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm on my elbow. That's where I'm going to stay. I'm going to position. That's a roller here. So I can gently stretch my bottom leg out and put my top leg on top of it. This is actually quite comfortable and it gives us extra space through that bottom leg to move. So the only thing we have to be careful with is that we're not letting the hip come forward. I want a little bit of space, but I do not want you to be super comfortable. Let's stretch that leg out and let me just check where we are. That's looking great there, Jane. Good. Maybe pull the roller a bit closer in towards your Mary so you feel a bit more supported. That's looking good. Hazel, good, 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 good. All the way around there for me, Jane. So if you stretch your left knee. Yes, that's exactly it. Perfect there, Jackie. Very nice as well. Bless you. So let's aim to keep the length from the top side here, everyone. So I know you can't see this very well, so I will probably do it this way. You're going to have to forgive me. So I have the leg here, facing exactly the same direction as you are. Lots of lift here through the waist. Point the toes away, and when you're ready, let's lift the leg a little bit away from the floor and lower down. Now try not to let the toes come up to the ceiling, right? So we're working from the top of the inner thigh, and you may notice that because the upper body is up, we can't go very far. That's it, so keep those toes really nice and long. Imagine you're drawing or painting a line over the wall on the other side. Very nice for the ankle there, so good, Jackie. And we're going to do 2 more. Wonderful. That's it. Once you finish this very last one, we're going to turn around and do the other side. Maybe still face me. No, turn around because I don't want you to have your heads too close towards each other. I didn't hear you, so it's entirely on me. Just turn around, we're facing the other side. And move this way. Take our time. Now, if you by now learned that that is a little bit too much for the shoulder, stretch the bottom arm out, find the reach with the top leg. That's looking good. That's it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well done. Again, find long toes just to avoid them pointing upwards. Again, we're leading from the inside of the thigh. So lifting upwards, aiming almost for, well, we're coming on to Christmas, aren't we? I saw Christmas decorations in the shop before Halloween was even over. Anyway, yeah, we're squeezing a little warm up there at the top of the thigh. Here we go. Very nice there, Jackie. Relax with the ankle. Good, Jan. Very nice. Nice straight back. Beautiful long top line there. Really sending that top hip away from you. Very nice there, Jan. Good. Nicely corrected there, Hazel. Well done. Let's do 2 more. Done. And once you finish this one here, everyone, let's come up into a standing position. You can take your roller with you. If you want to, it's more for balance than anything else. If you prefer to be up close to a wall, use that and we can. Otherwise, this is a good thing for the roller as well. Just have it in front of you, a little bit of a tilt maybe, enough that you feel secure. You can have both hands resting on it. So you're coming into a little bit of ankle lock. So, again, feet hip width. Find the 4 corners of your feet here. Spread the toes out as much as you possibly can. Without the shoulders lifting here, can we come into little heel lift? So again, as perfectly straight as we can through the back. We're in between 2 panes of glass as always. Light touch and really activate through the back of the leg, rolling up. It can be high, it can be low. It's actually harder to stay somewhere in between, maybe 2/3 up, maybe a bit less. That's it, good. Maybe peeling the collarbones back a little bit. Good, very nice. If I'm super fussy, Hazel, lift the gaze a little bit. Gaze out into the distance. That's it, lovely. Good. Remembering the contact on the instep as much as the outstep as we're rolling up. And on the next one, we're going to add a little squat. Haha, yes. So wherever you end up, you can be in kitten heels, you can be in 11-inch heels, I don't mind either. We still have the contact with little toes, big toes. Sending the knees straight forward, coming down a little bit, and the knees stay in the alignment. We stay up. We're going to slide back down again. Yes, it's like we're sitting down on a nice high chair. Very nice. Good, beautifully balanced, Hazel. Good, Leslie. Well done, Mary. Really nice. So, what I'd like, let me just tune into something. Lower down and just leave your heels down for a moment. Just one little thing. And notice that when we're sinking into the squat, the heels do this. This time around, your heels are not going anywhere. So if you're up onto the base of the toes, that's where the heels stay. Do a squat, but the heels keep pushing up, up, up to avoid the heels lowering. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Lots of work through hamstrings. There you go, Jane. Very nice. Good job again, Mary. Well done there, Jackie. You're all looking very serene. We're just doing this. Let's do one last one. Good. Very nice and deep there, Mary. Good, Jan. And once you finish this last one, yes, you can put the roller to the side or just chuck it to the side. I've had quite enough of that one. I do understand. Find your hip width position again. All right, so we've done a lot of movement in all kinds of directions. We haven't touched our side reaches just yet, and that's what we're going to do now. So let your arms be super heavy. Imagine maybe a yoke or that foam roller just resting over your shoulders for a perfect straight line. I know some of them are a bit banana shaped, but imagine that is perfectly straight. So from here, that means that when we side reach, no collarbone is higher to the ears than on the other side, right? So I'm going to start going over towards my right. Head goes a little bit. My gaze just drops in front of me. And then the rib cage goes and gently curves. And now it's like I'm sliding over the wall in front of me. Make sure, ladies, we're not looking down. We're looking straight in front of you. Gaze absolutely perfect, straight forward. Then lift back up from the opposite lower rib. Beautiful there, Jackie. Up through the collarbone, neck, head. We go to the other side. That's it now. Now, gently peel that right shoulder back. Very nice. Good, Hazel. Really nice balance through the legs. That's it, Jan. Just look straight in front of you if you can. Now, there's nothing wrong with letting the head drop in various directions. It might give us a bit of a stretch, which is nice. But if we're not after the stretch, we're after the perfect spinal alignment. It is that head gaze in front. Here we go, working our way up. Last one in each direction. Yes, much better than Mary with the gaze. Beautiful. And once you come all the way back up. Pause for a moment. We're almost back to where we started. Let's just do tiny little nods of the chin downwards towards the chest and then lift the gaze a little bit. Feel that sense of just almost primarily the throat and the back of the head there. From the base of the skull to the shoulder line, opening. A little bit of movement there, as small as it is. Let's just do maybe one more tiny little roll downwards. And then look straight in front of you, and we're going to finish exactly how we started. Turn your head from side to side. Nothing else changes. You still have that imagined roller over your shoulders. You've got that perfect straight line, side to side. One last one. That's it. And look straight in front of you, and you're all done for today. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Well, as sad as it is, it'll be a few weeks. If it's